Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 36 of this, the 2018-2019 Premier League season. But before we get on to this week, let's have a quick look back how well we got on in week 35 and a brief look at how well we got on in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals.
So for the Champions League second leg, I had 3 points, which was 3 out of 4, which isn't that bad. I didn't get any perfect results though. The only one I got wrong was Juve to beat Ajax.
Yeah, and exactly the same for me as well, Nathan. I also had just 3 out of 4, which wasn't bad really overall, just no perfect scores. Top scorer of the second leg in the Champions League was #TD with 6 points. So #TD, congratulations on that. Looking at the Premier League though, Nathan, for week 35.
Yeah, I had a terrible week. I had 4 points out of all those matches as well, which is horrendous. Well, so far anyway, because there's 2 more to play.
That's this evening.
Yeah, that's an awful week, genuinely. No perfect scores either.
Yeah, and I didn't do too much better. I only had 6 points myself with 1 perfect score, which was the Liverpool victory over Cardiff City at the Cardiff City Stadium. Looking in the comment section, a lot of people had really low scores last week, but top scorers I should say, was David Ojewemi with 13 points, and also Trust in Klopp 96. 13 points as well. So guys, congratulations on that. For those of you who are playing in the Fantasy Football League, here is the top 10. And we have a change of leadership this week. Sorry, not sorry, returns to the top of the league, managed by Jason Wade. Had a game week total of 80 points, which puts him on 2,177 points overall. However, there are 2 matches being played tonight, but of course we can't include those points in this week's score. Top scorer of the week in the fantasy football was African Rejects, managed by Corey Pierce, and I think Corey's a he, had 102 points for the week, puts him on a score of 1,998 points overall. And Nathan, you came away with 44 points, puts you in 37th position, an overall score of 1,939 points. Myself, I had 67 points, which wasn't too bad for me. 42nd position now overall in our league, and 1,912 points overall. But enough of that, that's enough of the housekeeping. Let's crack on, move on to week 36.
Okay, so first up we have top versus bottom between Liverpool and Huddersfield. Now, Liverpool only beating Cardiff 2-0, but however, the referee once again terrible. Salah likes to dive a little bit, doesn't he? Or fall on the floor. That was a good 9.9.
He went down very easily, but however, the referee he made the referee's decision quite easy because Morrison had all his arms over him, but he did chuck himself on the floor.
It shouldn't have been a pen either way, I don't think.
Debatable. Well, most people, I think, now conclude it is the pen. It was a pen, but the actions by Salah was a bit deplorable, really. So because he's had previous.
Mm-hmm. Going up against Huddersfield as well, they're terrible, bottom of the league, lost their last bajillion matches in a row, and I just think it's going to be 5-0 Liverpool, to be honest. 5-0? 5-0.
Wow, even with all these, a lot of matches they're playing at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be 5-0.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's going to be a straightforward victory. This game takes place on Friday evening as well, so I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory to the Reds in this one. I can't see Huddersfield scoring. Next up, we've got the first of the Saturday fixtures, which takes place, I think it's 12:30 at lunchtime, which is Spurs against West Ham. Spurs narrowly defeating Brighton at 1-0 last night. They had to wait to the 88th minute until Ericsson popped up with that goal from outside the area. Looks like Brighton are parking the bus at the moment. West Ham in different form at the moment. They find themselves in 11th position at the moment, haven't won for the last 4 matches. They got that sort of creditable draw against Leicester at home 2-2, although Leicester's form, although they've been playing well under Rodgers, the last couple of games they've been a bit iffy, but in this match I think Spurs at their new home at the moment, they've got a 100% record, and I can see them continuing in that. But I think West Ham are going to put up a good performance, get into the near end of the season. So I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory to Spurs in this one. Yeah,
there's some fans say this is a bit of a derby as well, Tottenham West Ham.
Yeah.
I mean, well, for the Premier League, because West Ham's main rivals, of course, Millwall, and because Millwall can never seem to get up. But because Millwalls tend to stay around League One, the Championship, then they don't usually play each other, and the police are very happy about that. So this is their main derby. West Ham stumbling with form, as you said. Tottenham 100% records. I can only see Tottenham winning this, and I think it's going to be 2-1. I think West Ham will score, though. Next up, we have Palace versus Everton. Now, Palace terrible at home. Everton 4-0 Man United, amazing. Just Sigurdsson, amazing goal. Just they had a great day.
Sarlison's goal, the first goal, was very good as well.
Yeah, the bicycle kick. And many Man United fans complaining that was a high boot as well. I don't think it was. It was just an amazing goal, and Man United are terrible. So yeah, coming up against the Palace side, not good at home. They've won. Palace seem to be on and off form. They win one, lose one, on rotation each week. They did beat Arsenal at home, which is quite amazing as well. But yeah, I think.
Well, that was at the Emirates.
That was at the Emirates as well, and Arsenal never seem to lose there. But yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-0 Everton victory.
Yeah, I think Everton are going to be full of confidence after being Manchester United last weekend. They are in fairly good form. Crystal Palace, not the best at home, but they are a tough cookie to break. But I think Everton are going to go to Selhurst Park and carve out a narrow 2-1 victory. Next up, we got Fulham against Cardiff. Massive game this one for Cardiff City. You really need to get all 3 points. They haven't been playing too badly recently. They had, they lost 2-0 against Liverpool, though you could argue that Morrison was brought down or pulled in the area when it was 0-0. And if Cardiff had had a penalty, which was slightly out of the way, then it may have been a different story there. But in the end, Liverpool were too strong. Fulham, last 2 games, they beat Everton, who are in very good form at the moment themselves. And I think they beat Bournemouth last weekend as well. So Cardiff going to find this a very tough ask to win at Craven Cottage. I think the last 2 visits there have ended in draws, I believe, both in the Championship though, of course. Yeah. So Fulham, decent form. Cardiff playing well, but not really getting the results. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. Hope I'm wrong though.
Yeah, because if you are right, then we're basically down. So
no, not necessarily. Because
that would mean we'd have to beat Palace and Man United, and Brighton can't pick.
Well, not necessarily. You could always get a draw against Man United. So we'll see what happens anyway.
But we do have to. Well, we have to either beat Huddersfield or not Huddersfield. We have to either beat Fulham or Palace either way, and Brighton cannot pick up any more points, which is quite scary actually. But anyway, Cardiff, this is a must-win match.
I think they'll be up for it. They'll be massively up for it.
We'll be up for it. They were taking loads away as well as usual. So
even though anybody with a CF postcode or etc. has been banned from going in the neutral end, which is a little bit of an unheard of at Craven Cottage.
It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Because you should have just given us the whole neutral end. Mind you, let all the other fans sit there. You don't let our fans sit there. They take 5,000, we take 3,000. Absolute disgrace. And that basically gives Fulham an advantage anyway. But anyway, Cardiff, I think maybe hopefully Bruno Manga bicycle kick. Zahor halfway line goal if he plays. Got to have all the luck there. And then I think Fulham will score. But it's going to be a 2-1 Cardiff victory.
Let's hope so.
Yes. Next up, we have a great Southampton team, or a really well performing Southampton team, and they're playing a terrible at the moment Bournemouth team, who just can't seem to win at the moment. They lost last week to Fulham, was it?
Yeah, Fulham, and prior to that, they did actually carve out that amazing 5-0 victory at Brighton.
But that is Brighton, however, and they're just terrible. But I'll get on to Brighton later on anyway. I've got a lot to say about that. But anyway, Southampton doing well. I think South Coast derby. I think Southampton will win this one. I think it's going to be a 2-0 home victory.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on this one. Southampton, they haven't won in the last couple of games, but I think they're going to be too strong for Bournemouth. Bournemouth kind of look like they're on the beach already. There's no trouble of them going down. They are in 14th position, which I don't think Eddie Howe. I think he'd want to push a little bit higher, but I can't see them getting anything from Southampton. And like you, I've gone for a 2-0 victory to the Saints. Next up, we've got Watford against Wolves. This is a repeat of the FA Cup semi-final, of course, where Watford gained victory. I think it was in extra time, wasn't it? So I think at Watford, going to do it again. I think Troy Deeney's probably still banned
he's
in
still
this
banned.
one. But Watford playing really well. I know they drew last night against Southampton, who are performing quite well at the moment.
And of course, new record, Shane on goal as well.
But I'm in this one. I think Watford want to finish the season on a high. They're both going for 7th spot. Who wants Europa League football? Who wants it the most? I think that Watford are narrowly going to win this one 2-1.
Yeah, I reckon this is going to be a Watford win as well. I think their form's been good. They've been playing well. Whereas, they've been playing all right. Watford did draw at Southampton, however, but Wolves only seem to be forming against the top 6. That draw against Brighton was just terrible, honestly. So I reckon there'll be a narrow 1-0 victory to Watford. Next up, we have Brighton versus Newcastle. Now, Newcastle, massive blow for them today. They found out that record signing Miguel Almiron from Paraguay is he's out for the season, which is an absolute massive blow for them. But it's a Rafa Benitez side, so that hopefully won't hinder them too much. Brighton, do they even play football? Genuinely,
they play football, but at the moment, they need to stay in the Premier League, so they're parking the bus. They haven't scored in 5 matches. So they're due a goal.
Yeah,
they are due a goal, but they are parking the bus. Tottenham almost got away with a point. Wolves last week 0-0. So
get demolished by Cardiff and then demolished by Bournemouth. They just can't do anything at the moment. But they really need to start attacking or somewhat, because getting these draws,
it might be good enough for them.
But if they draw to Newcastle and then lose their rest of the matches, and Cardiff start picking up 2 victories against Fulham, Palace, or even
I think that's going to be tough.
Man United.
Cardiff, so.
Yeah, it's tricky for Cardiff, but Brighton really have to pick up a victory at some point, because parking the bus and not playing football, you could, if you call their style of play football, is going to keep them in the Premier League.
Look, there's lots of ways of playing football. It doesn't really matter. So
exactly.
These people say, everybody should play like Manchester City. I totally disagree. There's lots of ways.
Everyone should play like Cardiff or Burnley.
No, not Burnley. No, I think Cardiff play a more attacking, exciting style of play. So.
Well, it's how you portray it, really. But this is Newcastle. Just please win this match, and I think it's going to be hopefully it'll be a 2-0 victory to Newcastle. Hopefully it's more. Hopefully Rondon, maybe Perez will get a hat trick in this one. Who knows?
Okay. Well, from my point of view, I think Brighton are going to park the bus once again. If they get a point, I think that'll be fantastic for them. Cardiff are actually playing first on Saturday, so they can see how they're going to perform. Really, if Cardiff win, then they're going to have to go for it and try and score some goals. If they don't, if Cardiff get a draw or a loss, then they're going to park the bus. They're going to go for the 0-0. So I'm going to go for the 0-0 in this fixture. Next up, we got the first of the Sunday matches, and this is first matches between Burnley and Manchester City. Manchester City going for the title, need to win, and I think they're going to carve out a 2-1 win in this one.
Yeah, Man City have to win this one if they want to win the Premier League. Well, it's the Manchester derby tonight in about 4 minutes' time. It's about to start, so we're going to wrap this up quickly. Man City. Well, if they win tonight, then to secure, or if they win, or if they actually lose tonight, then that puts them behind Liverpool, and they have to hope Liverpool don't win any more matches, and they have to win every single one for the rest of the season. Yeah, if they win every single one of their matches, including tonight as well, then they've won the title pretty much. So they're going to push on. I think it's going to be 3-0. Next up, we have Man United versus Chelsea. Now the wheels have fallen off the bus for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Maurizio Sarri, where do we start with him being sent off in that last match against Tottenham, I believe? Got sent to the stands in the 90th minute because he had a little bust up with the referee, I believe. And he wasn't happy about a few decisions. But yeah, two teams not in good form. They both, Chelsea in 4th, but who wants the top 6 up there, genuinely? I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I can't see either side winning this one, to be honest.
Yeah, Man United out of form at the moment. Will there be a reaction tonight against Manchester City?
No, there won't.
Remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. Chelsea up and down form, really. So going away to Old Trafford, top of the table clash or top 6 clash. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. Okay, last up we've got Leicester against Arsenal on Monday evening. Hard one to call this one. Arsenal don't play well away from home traditionally this season, but Leicester's form is a little bit iffy as well. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair, and I'm actually going to go for a 3-2 win to Arsenal in this match. Aubameyang's not playing tonight. Lacazette is up front. Is Aubameyang injured? I'm not too sure. He's not even on the subs bench, so hopefully he'll be rested for next week. So I'm going for a 3-2 win for Arsenal in this one.
Yeah, well, as you say, hopefully he will, but I don't know, I think it's going to be a close game. Like, Arsenal, well, you could say their defence is like a garden gate in the middle of a path at the moment, where you can just walk around it, but Leicester haven't been playing well either. It's a really tricky one. I think there's going to be goals. I'm going to actually increase my prediction, but it's on here because I put 1-1 originally. I think it's going to be maybe 2-2 or 3-3. I'm going to go for 2-2. 2-2. Maybe Vardy, Harvey Barnes, Maddison getting 2 free kicks maybe, or just running straight through the Arsenal defence, and then maybe 2 Lacazette double or an Aubameyang double.
Okay. So that concludes our predictions for week 36 of this, the 2018-2019 Premier League season. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comments. Make your predictions. Remember, it's 3 points for an exact score, 1 point for an exact result, 0 for anything else. And like David Ojuwemi and Trusting Klopp 96 this week, you could get a shout out in the next video. But for now, Nathan, quickly, is there anything you'd like to add?
So to my channel, link in the description below.
Oh, and remember to check out, if you haven't already seen it, the Cardiff City versus Liverpool vlog. It's good little watch, that one, over on your channel.
Yeah.
But that's it, guys, for another week. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the football over the weekend.